don't know if you've ever heard of this terminology called the mother tree. So there was a woman from Canada who did a lot of research in forestry, and she found out that basically when you clear cut a forest and then replant it, it doesn't grow nearly as fast back as if you keep some of these so-called mother plants, birch trees and things like that. They happen to be plants that are also extremely fungal dominant, right?
Interesting.
Extremely fungal dominant because they are the mother. They're holding all these fungal connections. And when you plant the trees back into the forest, they are immediately inoculating them and helping them to grow. Because what trees and bamboos need is they need these fungal connections in order to grow. They are so connected to funguses that it's at a cellular level. It's almost inside the nucleus. That's how connected they are. Bamboo and trees, and trees too, but bamboos especially. So bamboos, I look at it as being this fungal connection. And so when you put them in your yard or you put them in your food forest and stuff, they call in these funguses and bacteria and they make that available. We think that there's all this competition, and there is some competition, but in general, plants are sharing. When one plant is not doing well, other plants are asked to share back to them.
Right.
And bamboos are one of those plants. They're what I call a social equalizing plant because they do really well and are very resilient. And they're asked by the community to give back what they have in abundance. And that's how they give back to the forest. Wow. And so these are really important plants to put into the environment and the ecosystem because they are holding those fungal and bacterial hubs for the other plants to come in and connect and utilize so that you can grow better food. It's cool stuff.
The cool stuff, man. The mother tree.
The mother tree.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And so bamboos can do that. And you can grow bamboos at different sizes, right? So in tropical bamboos, we consider like the mid-size to be like the 20s. But even on those plants, you can hack them down and keep them at 4 feet tall.
Exactly. That's what they do in Palm Beach and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all about utilizing it. So like,
let's get into that.
Like, do you know that your bamboo is a perennial vegetable? It's a perennial vegetable that you're growing out in your yard, and you can eat it. You can make medicine from it. These are things like back at Animal Kingdom was like first starting to like inoculate, right? My mind of like, oh, I get it, right? It's not just for pandas. Like I have 2 bamboos now that are edible raw. A lot of the runners, by the way, people hate on the runners, but some of those are edible raw. Pseudosaucia japonica, which people hate on Pseudosaucia japonica, you can break it off and eat it.
Wow.
That's amazing, right?
Like asparagus or something.
Right. So like if you knew that bamboo could fix like your arthritis, your bone density, make your hair grow like crazy, like build collagen in your skin, like build your cardiovascular system and help it be more resilient, help you to be more resilient, would you hate on it as much if it was doing all those things for you? You might actually highly value it in your yard and use it. And so how do you do that? You can eat the shoots. You can make tea from the leaves.
Guys, I love that. So the perennial vegetable is the shoots when you cut them when they're young.
Yep.
And then the medicine, if you will, or is the tea.
Right. And then the shoots are a superfood in themselves too, right? Every single mineral, it's manganese, copper, which is really hard to get in a lot of people's diets. Silica is the number one. So silica
That's what I hear
is
with bamboo, with the biochar.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Silica is strength and flexibility. Strength and flexibility of every single cell in your body. So that translates into like just every single part of you is stronger, more resilient, and more flexible, including your mind and your mindset, right? The biggest thing that we can practice utilizing is our mind and making it stronger, because everything that we do, whether it's working outside in the sun or like a Wim Hof method, going the opposite way, getting into a cold plunge or stuff, this is all about exercising and strengthening your mindset.
Wow.
And looking at things differently.
We're in the garden. It's existential.